When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the KitchenAid appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Save big with KitchenAid. Right now, get up to a $1,000 prepaid MasterCard when you purchase select KitchenAid appliances. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hi, I'm John Mallos, and welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Monday morning. It's a beautiful day. It's on the air, off the presses. Our guest today is from Kiss Country, 93.7 from Peak Broadcasting. You will know him as soon as you see him and hear that voice. We're back with your phone calls, 436 MeTV option 11. Remember, save yourself the pain, my friends. Do not wade through the message. Just hit option 11 as soon as you can. Back in a moment. And glad to be back here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Monday morning. It's a beautiful day. Of course, it's on the air, off the presses. And I want to start this Monday morning by passing along our condolences, our thoughts and prayers to the family of Peter G. Mijas, a guest on this program twice. He passed over the weekend at the age of 73, apparently from an aneurysm. He had some chest pain. He went into St. Agnes and suddenly just passed away on Saturday morning. So the service will be at St. George's Greek Orthodox Church this coming Friday at 10 a.m. And tomorrow we're going to do a special program in honor of Peter G. Mijas, and a special guest will be in the studio. What a good weekend it was, though, aside from that. Obviously, in baseball, the A's going on to the playoffs. They play Detroit starting this Friday at the Oakland Coliseum. Game 1. Game 2 is on Saturday. Giants ended the season with a great win over San Diego and that Hunter Pence walk-off single. Of course, football. The Niners won last Thursday. The Raiders, don't even want to talk about them. Today, it's on the air, off the presses, though. We go to the videotape. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And it's Kiss Country 93.7 Peak Broadcasting. There is the sign out there, Radio City at Shaw, of course, and Palm, and that's the van at Kiss Country 93.7 parked outside the building. Inside, there's Gnarly Charlie and his partner, his better half, Jody Jo, 36 years old. She's fighting breast cancer right now, going through the treatments. We'll talk to Gnarly Charlie about that. He's been on and off the air for several years here, 14 years the run here in Fresno, 6 the first year, 7 the second. Here's what they have to say, both of them, on the radio at Kiss Country 93.7.
This traffic report is brought to you by Kid Fest 2013 at the Chaffee Zoo. All your favorite animals ready to party at Kid Fest Saturday, October 5th. Come see the animals, interactive demonstrations, activities for the kids, all free with your regular zoo admission. Speaking of the zoo...
93.7 Kiss Country, Tyler Farr, Redneck Crazy, who's actually going to be here tonight. I almost said the Big Fresno Fair.
No.
It's not the fair. No, it's at Woodward Park.
You're thinking about the Carruthers Fair, which started yesterday.
Exactly.
I was there eating as much as I possibly could yesterday, taking pictures of all my food, because that's my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world, is take pictures of food.
What's the weirdest thing they have out there?
The weirdest thing? I didn't see anything weird. They have pot pies, like literally people make pot pies and bring them out there. Homemade pies, like regular dessert pies.
That was them in the studio, and Gnarly Charlie is now in our studio right here at Connect with Me. Gnarly Charlie of Kiss Country 93.7 and Peak Broadcasting. He's on the air each and every day, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. until 9. You can listen to him, but for now, for the next half hour, you can listen to him right here on our station. And you can call in at 436 MeTV option 11. Remember, do not wade through that painful message. Just hit option 11 as fast as you possibly can. We're back with Gnarly Charlie in a moment.
One Adam Adam 12. One Adam 12.
This is Adam 12. It stars Martin Milner as Officer Pete Malloy, Kent McCord as Officer Jim Reed.
One Adam 12, roger.
This black and white patrol car has an overhead valve V8 engine. It develops 325 horsepower at 4,800 RPMs. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 120 miles an hour. The automobile has 2 shotgun racks, one attached to the bottom portion of the front seat, one in the vehicle trunk.
You want me to drive?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Can't believe we've been doing this show for more than a year and a half now, going on our second year, completed year almost, and we've never had this guy on the show. I don't know why. What's been going through my head? I don't know. Gnarly Charlie, welcome to the program. We're glad to have you here, my friend. First thing is, you know, the important thing, how's your partner doing?
She's doing great. Actually, she's doing chemo as we speak right now.
Okay.
And when you do chemo, you kind of just sit there and you put the medicine through your body, but she's got such a great attitude, and it changed our whole perspective. For me, we got involved with the Komen race last year, and she goes, I'm going to get more involved this year. Well, then she gets diagnosed with breast cancer. I go, well, that's a little over the top. You know, that's a little more than, you know, and we're lighthearted about it because we've got this. That's what we keep saying. It's like, we're just getting the word out that early detection is the key.
You know, Holly Carter was here, I forget when, earlier this year, early in the year. And, of course, we talked about the high cost of cancer.
Yeah.
And she spent a lot of money just out of her own pocket, $100,000, if not more, just to fight the good fight against cancer. And the big C word is a scary thing to a lot of people, including me.
You know, we're doing fundraising. Plus, I mean, we're raising money for Komen, and they really help the money stay local, and they help people that can't afford the mammograms and those kind of things. You know, I mean, Jody's even says, I don't know how people do it without family and friends, because she's got a pretty good group of family, you know, that we take care of her. But she goes, it's a scary thing.
Now, she's young, 36.
36.
Diagnosed early, right?
Yeah, she was diagnosed in April of this year. She felt the lump, and the mammogram missed it. And her big message is early detection. Because she found it herself, she went and got it checked. And
the self-exam.
Self-exam.
Important.
It's super important. You know, it's invasive, but it's yourself, and, you know, and if your husband can help you out too, you know, so.
Now, she's got 2 kids.
2 kids.
She has a lot to live for.
Yeah.
You know, how old are the kids, by
Kids
the way?
are teenagers. One's at Clark and one's at Clovis High, freshmen, and just she's got such a great attitude, though.
Yeah.
And really, the stories that come in from people that have fought this and survived. We've met so many survivors. So it's something that can be beat, but the key is early detection.
Yeah.
You know?
And you said her attitude is good, huh?
Oh, so positive. I'm the one that's a mess. I'm the one that's crying all the time. You know?
Yeah.
She's always taking care of me, going like, it's going to be okay.
Right.
And then she has no hair, you know?
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, and, you know, you think about this, you think about life and death. And over the weekend, Dr. Peter G. Mijas, just passed away. Not okay. He had prostate cancer, by the way, and it wasn't the prostate cancer that killed him. He eventually had an aneurysm, as you probably saw in the paper. And sadly, our hearts and prayers go out to his family. Died on Saturday morning.
You know, Larry Powell was one of my high school teachers, and he replaced Dr. Mijas.
Yeah.
And I met him a million times. Big old hand, always had a smile.
Yeah.
And just super positive and cared about education so much.
Yeah. Did you ever see Mijas without a smile on his face?
Never.
It's like he won the lottery every day just to get up out of bed.
And he was literally larger than life. He was like 6'8". I was like, wow.
A big man. The service, by the way, just in case anybody wants to know, will be held at the Greek Orthodox Church, St. George's, on Friday morning at 10 a.m. Better get there early because it'll be an overflow crowd. But I want to get back to Gnarly Charlie here. And what is it that you do on the radio every day from 5 to 9? I said I could fill 4 hours myself, and I think I could. I'm not tooting my own horn. It's just that I never stop talking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
it's crazy.
Part of what we do is we live our lives on the air. When we say that, like, we bring in stuff that happened to us. I mean, there's news every day, something happened. And our job is to filter through it and what really fits our audience best. You know, they don't want to hear about Egypt so much every day, but there were 2 Oompa Loompas that got in a fight and were drunk over the weekend.
Right, but they're not going to tune into your program to hear about Obamacare.
No.
I mean, they're tuning into your program to hear country music, to hear a little bit of Charlie, to hear a little bit about Jody Joe and what her plight is. Hey, we got a phone call here. Good morning. You're on with Gnarly Charlie, and your question.
As a comment first, I wanted to say something about the passing of Dr. Mijas.
Sure.
You know, that guy, geez, I've seen him on your show a few times, and he seems like it's going to be a tremendous loss. Sympathies go out to the family, but with his passing, I guess that means that John Malos moves up to the top 3 Greek Americans in our community.
Yeah, right. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Is that your dad?
No, that's not. No, I mean, there are a lot of guys in front of me. I'll tell you, Kopi's one of them.
and then
Go
John
ahead.
right after that, I think. Huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that it's a sad thing that Mijas went and nobody expected it, and it's a great loss to the community. And that was my comment. Thanks, John. Bye.
Yeah. And do you have a question for Gnarly Charlie? No, I guess not.
Dial tone. That's good.
Yeah, anyway. No, but Pete Mijas, he was 73, too young to die.
Right.
But getting back to you and your radio station, Peak Broadcasting, just bought out by Cumulus.
Right.
That's not going to affect you, is it?
No, I don't think so. In fact, I think Joe Viewer will not even know.
Yeah.
No, it's just a new owner. It's like the 5th owner we've had. So,
how do you play off each other, you and Jody?
well, you know what? Well, first off, we're best friends, so that makes it easy. So
On and off the air?
yeah.
So like you hang out together at her house or your house or whatever?
Over the weekend, we went to a fundraiser and we ended up emceeing it. And there was like some downtime where they just needed us to talk. And we were like doing a radio show, just sitting there talking about stupid things. But really, like you said, we get up in the morning and my goal is that you know what's going on, like the weather. You hear a song, maybe something funny. And
that's the show.
in your 20 minutes that you're commuting.
Yeah. You're basically talking and communicating to your audience.
Kind of how
basically.
we're talking. We're just talking.
We're just talking.
Yeah.
It's nothing scripted. I don't use a prompter here.
Right.
Prompter? What's that? Good morning. You're on with Gnarly Charlie. Your question, please.
Good morning. What I want to ask is, how does a person get to be on the radio? I mean, I have nieces and nephews that are growing up, and I'm trying to show them that there's other things out there except, it's almost like everybody's got to be a doctor, lawyer, business, all this other stuff. But I mean, what did he do? How do you get to where he's at now?
Well, it's different for everybody. I actually didn't pass my radio class at Fresno State, so it doesn't mean you have to go to school. I had to get that grade changed, but it never happened. But it's kind of like knowing somebody. I help people all the time that say that same question to me. I'll say, come down to the station and check it out. Find someone that's doing it and ask questions about it. And for me, I ended up as crazy. I was working at Wimbledon in 1988 in England, and I met a guy named Charlie Jones, who's a sportscaster.
NBC.
I was working for NBC.
Long-time sportscaster.
And I'm sitting there
what a
having
great
lunch with the guy,
huh?
and he told me, if you really want to do this, get into radio. And on his words, I came back to Fresno, and I met John Wallace, who was nice enough to give me a chance to just hang out and watch.
Yeah. How did you meet John? How is it that you ended up in Fresno and met John Wallace?
Well, I'm from Fresno. I grew up
Okay.
here. So when I was in England, I just had a summer job, and I was working with NBC as a gopher. So
Right.
when I came back to Fresno, I was just, first call I made.
You called John.
I called John because my mom knew him from far back, and so.
So John said, "Hey, Charlie, get into radio."
Well, so he gave me an internship at Channel 47, and then an internship at KKDJ, and it was just I had to work for free for a while, but that's how I got my
you do
foot in the
it.
door.
Yeah, that's how you do it. We're going to talk more about your career here on Connect with Me, MeTV Fresno. Option 11. Remember that. Don't wait through the message. 436 MeTV Option 11. Back with Gnarly Charlie of Kiss Country in just a moment.
Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
We're back here talking with Gnarly Charlie of Kiss Country 93.7. By the way, 5 a.m. until 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Don't miss the show. We got a call. And good morning. You're on with Gnarly Charlie. Your question.
Yes, I was going to say that. I listen to a lot of radio, both in English and in Spanish. And I don't know if you'll agree with me, but I believe that not everybody has a radio voice.
Well, listen to my voice right now.
There's some, guys and gals that have just a perfect voice for radio, but some that you just turn on the radio to listen to that voice, immediately you just want to change the station.
Well, there's that. But I think I'd say 5-10 years ago, you kind of had to have more of a John Malos voice,
Can I say something here?
Yeah.
I hesitate to say it, but did you watch the Fresno State game Saturday night?
Yeah, I did.
The football game. He might have been the worst play-by-play announcer I have ever heard in my life. I couldn't understand one word he said. He must have had he must have been chewing on a baked potato the entire game.
I think he was Hawaiian. I wasn't sure.
Unbelievable. Did you hear that, ma'am?
Yes,
Did you understand anything that guy was saying Saturday night?
Oh, like you, John Mallows, I like your voice when you were on KMPH, the news. I always watched them.
KMPH? What station is that? Oh, okay. All right.
I thought you were one of the best.
Oh, thank you.
Just aren't there anymore. But like I said,
but that, I had to turn the sound off on the TV and turn Leffler on.
Oh, I'm telling you. No, that guy
was pitiful.
I thought he was hammered. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, but like I said, not everybody has a good radio voice, whether woman or man.
Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean you can't be involved in radio. There's a lot of jobs in radio, too.
To each his own, but, like I said, I hear those voices immediately. I turn the station.
I hope I'm not one of those.
Oh, no. You have a good day.
Thank you for the call. I appreciate it very much. And I rarely just rip into somebody like that, but I couldn't help myself. I turned to my son. I said, do you know what that guy's saying? Can you understand it?
And he was confusing. Like, is he watching the same game I'm watching?
Anyway, so anyway, let's take us back now. You called John Wallace, and you have an internship at 47. What happened next?
Well, then I started working at KKDJ too, and the TV stuff, there's only limited news, but it gave me exposure. And then when I started working at KKDJ, I became,
Now, KKDJ was what?
It was rock.
Okay.
The home of rock and roll.
All right.
and so I started working there, and I ended up producing the morning show, which sounds like it's a big deal, but a producer in radio is the guy that gets the coffee and does whatever nobody wants to do. So I did that for a while.
Right. Yeah, and you go across the street to 7-Eleven and buy Snickers and whatever else.
Go get the USA Today across at Caro's.
Right. Oh, here's our buddy calling in. Hey, good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you? And how was your weekend?
Good morning,
and what's your question?
John and Gnarly Charlie. Listen, I'll give a statement. I do love country, and I love country from the 70s. I don't know. It seems like that's where I'm at right now. It's oldie. You could call it oldies if you want. Okay, the question is right now, who is the #1 country singer as we speak? And that's my question for now. Gnarly, I appreciate your...
Wait, is this Ed?
Yeah, this is Ed.
Yeah, me and Ed were thinking about opening a pizza parlor. We can't come up with a name. We're working on that.
Well, let me know what it costs.
All right, perfect, Ed.
Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would say it's Jason Aldean, if that's the answer to the question.
I don't even know who that is.
He's going to be here October 10th.
Where? At the
St. Mark's Center.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably the #1 overall. Keith Urban's up there. Brad Paisley's up there. But
okay, so what happened to Garth Brooks? I know Garth Brooks. I'm not a country western guy, but...
Well, Garth Brooks took time off to raise his kids.
Okay.
But the daughter just graduated from high school, and he's back in Vegas. I see Garth coming back to at least do some touring. You know, but the whole thing changes.
And Reba's still in the picture, right?
Reba's still around. Reba's not so much on the radio as much.
Right.
She's doing more casinos and that kind of thing.
And who had the alcohol problem? That was...
most of them?
Yeah. Well, are you talking about radio guys or country kiss?
I mean, both. I'm gonna have to look myself in the mirror on that one.
No, who's the guy that the country western singer that had the alcohol problem? He was.
Well, there was Alan Jackson had it for a while. I mean,
Okay.
It's kind of moved around.
Serious one, though. Serious one. It was critical.
Keith Whitley, he passed away from it.
Okay.
I'd call that pretty serious.
Was it Randy Travis? No.
Randy Travis, yes, but it was, he was found naked in front of a church a couple times.
Okay. All right. That's the one I saw on the internet.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the one.
All right. Okay. So anyway, getting back to gnarly Charley, KJDJ. KKDJ. And then where'd you go from there?
I actually went to the Bahamas and taught sailing. I got a job at Club Med in the Bahamas, and I taught sailing for 2 years.
And how'd you end up in radio then?
Well, I was already in radio.
Or back in radio?
I came back to Fresno, and my hair was all blonde. I looked like a surfer, and I saw Brad Chambers and said, "You're coming to my station, and you're going to work tonight." And
what year was that?
This was 93.
Okay.
So from 93 to like 2001, I was at KNAX in Froggy Country.
Okay.
And I was doing nights and stuff, and that's where I really learned radio the most, because I was on every day doing a night show called Crying, Loving, or Leaving, and people would call in.
All right. Here is On the Air, Off the Presses. We're going to take a look at this video of you and Jody Joe and then go to break. This is you at Kiss Country.
Where'd you hear that rumor? On Facebook?
Yes, I did. Everything that's true is on Facebook, right?
Yep, I'm going to be on Connect With Me with John Malice. It's on MeTV Fresno or Comcast 187.
Awesome.
You going to watch it?
Of course.
Yeah, me and John are tight. So it's going to be 10:30 on Monday morning, okay?
All right, I will tune in.
And you can actually call into the show if you want.
Okay.
It's just another outlet for Charlie to get his really bad jokes in.
Yep. So look for me and John, and that's Comcast 187, okay?
Perfect.
Cool.
Will do.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye.
See, John, I'm plugging it right there.
Now, why don't you tell us the whole story right from the beginning? All right, from the beginning. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. My name's Friday. I carry a badge. Police officers.
You any idea who the other man was?
My partner's Bill Gannon.
Program?
We got just one big question.
Yeah.
When?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
And you're back here on Connect With Me. We got a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Gnarly Charley. What's your question? Hello?
You're sitting on your phone.
Hello? Are you there? Okay. We got to go.
That's one of my favorite calls right there.
Anyway, so you've been at Kiss Country now for what? I said in the monologue, about 14 years off and on. Your
Right.
first tour was, about 6, 7 years, and now you've been there the last 6 or 7.
Yeah, I left to go to Country Music Television Canada, and
Okay.
that was a television show.
Right.
I shot for 3.5 years. We shot about 109 episodes. Each episode featured an artist. And I'd travel all over the United States.
Is there an interest, not only in the Valley, but across the country, maybe in the state, for country music and
yeah.
country radio stations?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
There is? Is there a thirst for it?
You know, it's changed, though. It's not... I would say it's not the lifestyle country listeners so much anymore. Like
who's listening to country music
I would
nowadays?
say the Cowboys are probably not your number one listeners. I would say soccer moms, 25 to 40.
Really?
Yeah. Our core audience is women.
Our crew thinks that's funny.
Yeah, it's women. It's a women's format now.
It's the soccer moms that are listening to your program?
The soccer moms that are still trying to be cool, and they'll drive their minivan and crank us up, and it's true. I mean,
wow.
We're more of a pop thing to it. I would say hardcore cowboys that ride bulls.
Yeah,
not so much into Taylor Swift.
Who calls your show? Who calls in? The
We have
soccer moms?
Soccer moms. We have a lot of high school, college kids too.
Really? What are they calling in about? Well,
it's funny because I think it's changed since the kids that are 15 to about 30, they don't break it up into formats so much. Like it's just, we call them iPod people.
Right.
They'll listen to rock, country, rap, and not think anything of it. Where when I was a kid, you were either country, you were rock, or you were rap. You had to like pick one.
Right.
So it's kind of changed a little bit to where...
A country singer that I think had a great voice, grew up listening to him, even though I'm not a country music type fan, is Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
Like a tremendous voice.
Oh, and he was an actor too. He was in John Wayne movies.
I know. He was an actor too. Hey, another call, and then we got a video that you brought along with you I want to show. Good morning, you're on with Gnarly Charley. How are you? Sorry, I didn't mean to point. You're on the air. What's your question? Caller?
I'd like to ask Charlie who he thinks the all-time great was in country music.
The all-time great? I'm kind of biased, and I think Buck Owens is my favorite of all time. And I'll tell you why. Before he even started Hee Haw, he had 21 number one songs. And I had a pleasure to interview him and meet him, and just down to earth. And I saw that guy come out, even when he wasn't feeling good, would come out and perform for his people. So I'm saying Buck Owens.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. What do you think of Mac Davis?
Oh, I remember Mac Davis.
Remember him?
I saw him at the big Fresno Fair one year.
You brought a video along with you today, and explain what that is.
I did a half-hour TV show. It was called Extreme Country, and it ran on CMT Canada nationwide for 3 years. And it turned into a daily show, but it was really one new show a week, and they would do reruns.
Yeah.
But it was called Extreme Country, and it was kind of fun.
Let's take a look at it, have our viewers take a look as well.
Hi, you're watching Extreme Country.
Chad Brock. I'm Clint Black.
Hey, I'm Ruby McIntyre. Jessica Andrews.
I'm Kenny Chesney.
This is Sarah Evans. Rebecca Lynn Howard.
Pal Ketchum. Mark Wills.
We're Lace.
I'm Tracy Burke.
We are here on
Extreme Country.
Extreme Country.
Extreme Country
with Gnarly Charlie.
Welcome to Extreme Country. Gnarly Charlie in Nashville, Tennessee, Universal Studios Hollywood at the NASCAR Cafe. Mercury Records, Big Shindig. World Street Records at Robert's Western World Ernest Tubbs Record Shop, Warner Brothers Studios, Sony Music, Pinner's Alley. We've got some action-packed stunt show stuff. Boy Thomas is showing them how to really work that. And see, it's dangerous work. It's an ugly thing, and see, things can happen. And oh, jeez, it's Dead Rock.
Hi. I'm Beverly, and this is Giselle and Stacy, and we're from Lace, and this is Extreme Country with Gnarly Charlie! Gnarly Charlie! Gnarly! Stop it! Stop it!
Stop it some more! Stop it some more! Hit the wall.
Man.
That's all right.
Man. Oh, he's spinning this thing, man.
He's out of control, folks.
You know what, Charlie? I love you like a friend of my brother's that I met once in school.
You've got no marks on your face.
No,
I know that.
I got over that.
Broken jaw or anything? No.
I grew a beard to cover it up.
Well, it's a well-produced video. It's fast-paced.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I got to travel all over the United States shooting that, and it was.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody from Keith Urban to Clint Black and Loretta Lynn.
So okay. Your station, Peak Broadcasting, was bought by Cumulus. Anything going on there at Peak Broadcasting at Radio City that we should know about?
No.
Any changes coming up or no?
We're kind of in a holding pattern because
you don't know yet.
Yeah, it hasn't really gone through. It's like 90 days before it even goes.
Yeah.
So as of now,
got to be cleared with the FCC and all that.
Yeah, and I think there's some trouble with that. So I just.
Who knows? You just go in and do
my
your
key
thing.
works every morning. That's all I care about.
And your paycheck clears.
Yeah, so far.
Rush to the bank. I've been through that before.
It's
long time ago.
Cash it today.
How's our buddy Ray Appleton doing?
He's doing good. You know,
he's good. Huh?
I pass him in the halls every day, and
I
almost knocked him over accidentally. I was running because
I got to get him in here.
Let's get.
I want to get Ray in here. I know we can't do it at 10:30 because he's shows at 11, but we could tape him.
Right.
Have him come in and to mention it to him. Mention it.
I'll put him on. I'll put him on this.
Put a good word in for us,
Put
will
a
you?
bug in his ear.
We wish you the best. We wish Jody the best, and I got to start listening on the way to work now.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It'll change your life.
Right.
No.
Yeah. 93.7 Peak Broadcasting, Kiss Country, Gnarly Charlie, Jody Joe in the mornings. 5 a.m. till 9. While you're getting ready for work, just tune in. Forget the Today Show. Forget CBS. Tune into this guy in the morning, right here.
Just like that.
Yeah, you'll have fun, right?
Yeah.
You want to come back?
I want to come back. I'm not leaving.
Okay. Oh, you're staying here. You're the guest tomorrow, too.
I'm spending the night.
You're our guest for the rest of the week. Gnarly Charlie. Hey, it's good to see you. It's my pleasure meeting you, and thank you for your time.
No, thank you.
And you know, give our best to Jody Joe.
Oh, I'm all over that.
All right. Thoughts and prayers with her and her family. And tomorrow, a special program. We're going to honor the great Dr. Peter G. Mijas. The passing over the weekend, of course, only 73 years old. Our special guest tomorrow will be Larry Powell. Back with more of Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno tomorrow. Have a great day.
From the pages of history and the untamed prairies of a young nation comes one of television's and America's most memorable folk heroes.
Was a man, just a big man.
Well, you're Daniel Boone.
Yep. Fess Parker stars as the legendary Daniel Boone, with Ed Ames as his trusty sidekick, Mingo.
Pleasure indeed.
A Kentuckian named Daniel Boone.
That's me.
Watch Daniel Boone weekday mornings at 9, 8 Central on MeTV.